The crash and the strangers among us. The night sky over the small town of Ridgeville was quiet. Stars sparkled like tiny lights, and a soft wind moved through the tall trees. Most people in town were already asleep. It was just another normal night until the sky tore open. A strange burning object raced across the sky, leaving a trail of fire behind it. It moved faster than anything the people of Ridgeville had ever seen. A loud boom followed, shaking windows and setting off car. Alarms. Dogs barked, and people stepped out of their homes, looking up in shock. What was that? An old man whispered to his wife. It came from the forest, shouted a teenager, pointing toward the dark woods on the edge of town. Within minutes, government trucks with flashing lights arrived. Soldiers in dark uniforms spread out, carrying strange-looking devices. They searched the area but found nothing. The object, whatever it was, had vanished. But deep inside the forest, far from the soldiers, two young figures struggled to stand. Their skin was pale with strange blue markings. Their eyes glowed softly in the darkness. They wore strange, tight suits that were torn and burned. Their names were Lyra and Vexa, and they were not from Earth. "We have to move," Lyra whispered, helping Vexa to her feet. "They'll find us." Vexa winced in pain, a deep cut on her leg making it hard to walk. "I can't. It hurts." Lyra looked around. The trees were thick, and the ground was covered in fallen leaves. The air smelled different here, clean, wild. She hated it. This planet was dangerous. Their people had always told them that Earth was a death world, full of violent monsters called humans. But they had no choice. The Empire had exiled them. Here, it was a punishment. A cruel one. "Come on," Lyra said again, pulling Vexa along. They moved through the forest, keeping low. Strange animal sounds echoed around them. Every crack of a branch made them jump. Lyra's heart pounded in her chest. After what felt like hours, they reached the edge of the forest. Through the trees, they saw a small town. Lights glowed from windows, and people walked in the streets. It didn't look dangerous. It looked peaceful. "Is this humans?" Vexa asked softly. Lyra nodded. "Yes, stay away from them." They crouched behind a fallen log, watching from the shadows. A group of human children laughed and chased each other. A woman held a baby, rocking it gently. An old man sat on a chair, reading a book. This wasn't what the Empire told them. Humans were supposed to be cruel beasts, always fighting, always destroying. But these humans looked happy. "We can't trust them," Lyra said firmly, though. A small part of her was confused. Vexa wanted to speak, but stopped. A boy had noticed them. The boy was around 12, with messy brown hair and curious eyes. He stood a few meters away, staring at them. "Hey," the boy called. "Who are you? Are you lost?" Lyra panicked. She grabbed Vex's arm, ready to run. "Wait," the boy said, raising his hands. "I won't hurt you." He stepped closer. Lyra's heart raced. She could escape, but Vexa was too weak. The boy saw Vex's injury and frowned. "You're hurt. I can help. My name's Sam." Lyra shook her head. "Stay back." But Sam didn't look scared. He smiled. "I've never seen you before. You look cool." Cool? Lyra didn't know what that meant. Back on their planet, no one smiled like that. "I can bring food. You need a place to hide. Soldiers are everywhere," Sam said. "How do you know?" Vexa asked weakly. "I saw them too. They're looking for something." "Or someone," Sam replied. Lyra hesitated. Could she trust him? He was just a child, but the Empire said even human children were dangerous. Yet here he was, offering food and help without fear. "We don't need help," Lyra said, though her voice shook. "Too late," Sam grinned. Come with me. I know a place where they won't find you." Vexa looked at Lyra with pleading eyes. "Please, I can't walk anymore," Lyra sighed. "Fine. But if you trick us, I won't," Sam promised. He led them through a narrow path behind some houses to an old wooden shed. It smelled of dust and paint, but it was dry and hidden. "Stay here," Sam whispered. "I'll bring food." Before they could stop him, he ran off. Lyra helped Vexa lie down on some old blankets. They listened to the sounds of the town. It felt strange. No one was screaming. No one was attacking. "What now?" Vexa asked. "I don't know," Lyra admitted. But deep inside, she felt something she didn't understand. A small spark of hope. Outside the shed, distant footsteps echoed. Soldiers were getting closer. The unwanted encounter Lyra stayed alert, sitting by the door of the old shed. The night air was cold, and the wind made the wooden walls creak. Vexa lay on a pile of old blankets, breathing heavily. She had fallen asleep, her face pale from the pain in her injured leg. Lyra stared out through a crack in the wall. She could still hear voices in the distance. The soldiers hadn't given up. Their strange machines scanned the forest, and searchlights cut through the trees. Any wrong move, and they would be caught. She clenched her fists. This was a death world. After all, suddenly, soft footsteps approached the shed. Lyra tensed, ready to fight. She grabbed a sharp metal rod lying nearby. No one was going to hurt them. A familiar voice called out softly, "It's me." It was Sam Dot. He opened the door and stepped inside, carrying a plastic bag filled with something that smelled strange but good. Lyra lowered the rod, though her eyes stayed sharp. "I brought food," Sam said, placing the bag down. "And water." Vexa opened her eyes and gave a weak smile. "Thank you, Sam." Sam grinned. "No problem," Lyra frowned. "Why are you helping us?" "What do you want?" Sam shrugged. "Nothing. You looked like you needed help." "No one helps for nothing," Lyra muttered. Sam sat on the floor and looked at them. "Where are you from?" "You're not normal." Lyra exchanged a look with Vexa. They couldn't tell him the truth. "Not yet. Far away," Lyra said carefully. Sam raised an eyebrow. "Really far, huh? Like another country?" "Farther." Vexa whispered. Sam chuckled. "Well, you're safe here. Nobody comes to this shed. It used to belong to my grandpa. He passed away years ago." Vexa took a bite of the strange food Sam brought. It was dry and salty, but better than nothing. "What's this called?" she asked. "Chips," Sam grinned. "Best thing ever." Lyra sat down, still watching the door. "You should leave." "Nope," Sam said. "You need someone to look out for you. Those soldiers won't stop searching." Lyra's eyes narrowed. "How do you know about them?" "I saw them earlier. They're looking for something that fell from the sky." The sisters froze. They said it was dangerous. Sam added, "I guess that's you." Lyra grabbed the metal rod again. "You'll turn us in?" Sam looked surprised. "Why would I do that?" "Because your people fear what they don't understand." Lyra snapped. Sam laughed. "Not me. I like weird things." Vexa smiled a little. "You're strange." "Thanks," Sam said proudly. Suddenly, a loud crack came from outside. Lyra jumped up, weapon ready. Vexa tried to sit up. Sam peeked through the crack in the wall. "It's a patrol. 2 soldiers." Lyra's pulse raced. "If they find us, they won't," Sam promised. "There's a secret door in the back." He pointed to a loose panel in the wall. Lyra quickly helped Vexa through it. While Sam kept watch, the 3 of them slipped into the darkness behind the shed, moving carefully through tall grass. The soldiers passed by without noticing. After a while, they reached a small clearing surrounded by old trees. We'll be safe here for now, Sam said, out of breath. Vexa collapsed onto a soft patch of grass, her legs still hurting. Lyra sighed. Why are you doing this? You don't even know us, Sam shrugged. You looked scared and alone. I know what that feels like. Lyra frowned. You, a human? Sam's face darkened. I don't have a family. My parents, they're gone. Vexa's heart ached. I'm sorry. Sam gave a small smile. It's okay. I'm used to it. But no one deserves to be alone. Lyra looked at him differently now. Maybe humans weren't all monsters. A strange humming sound filled the air. What's that? Sam asked. Lyra's face turned pale. It's a hunter. A what? Sam looked around. It's a machine from our world. It tracks. And it kills, Lyra explained, her voice cold. Vexa shivered. They sent one after us. Lyra's mind raced. We need to move, now. Sam didn't hesitate. I know a place. Follow me. The three of them disappeared into the woods again, the sound of the hunter growing louder behind them. Somewhere in the sky, a metallic figure moved through the clouds, scanning the ground below. It wouldn't stop until it found them. To be continued. Hidden truths and growing bonds, the forest was darker now. Thick clouds covered the moon, and only the soft glow of the distant town lights touched the sky. Every step felt heavy, and every sound made them jump. Sam led the way, holding a small flashlight. Lyra stayed close behind, helping Vexa, who limped but refused to stop. I know a place, Sam whispered. It's old, and nobody uses it anymore. How do you know so many hiding spots? Lyra asked. Her voice low. Sam gave a sad smile. When you have no one, you learn where to disappear. Vexa felt her chest tighten. This human boy was nothing, like the stories they had been told. He wasn't cruel or violent. He was kind and lonely. They finally reached a small, broken-down greenhouse covered in vines. The glass panels were cracked, and wild plants grew everywhere. Inside, it smelled of earth and rain. This is it, Sam said. I used to hide here when I was scared. They stepped inside. The hunter's sound was far away now, but Lyra knew it was still out there. Searching. Vexa sat on an old bench, her leg throbbing. Sam took out a small first aid box from under a loose floorboard. Let me help, Sam offered. Lyra watched him carefully. She didn't trust easily. But Vexa nodded, and Sam gently cleaned the wound, wrapping it with clean cloth. You're good at this, Vexa whispered. Sam shrugged. I get hurt a lot. Silence filled the greenhouse for a moment. Then Vexa spoke. You should know the truth, Sam. Lyra stiffened. Vexa. No, he deserves to know. Vexa said softly. Sam looked at them, confused. What truth? Vexa took a deep breath. We're not from your world. I figured, Sam smiled. You have weird eyes, and your skin glows. Sometimes. You're not scared? Lyra asked. Sam shook his head. Nope. I've seen scarier things in school. That made Vexa laugh a little. It was the first time Lyra heard her laugh since the crash. We come from a planet called Kelith, Vexa continued. Our empire sent us here as punishment. Why? Sam asked. Because we didn't follow their rules, Lyra said bitterly. They called us traitors. Vexa lowered her gaze. Back home, people aren't allowed to question orders. But we did. Sam thought for a moment. Sounds like a bad place. It is, Lyra agreed. They told us Earth was a death world, that humans were cruel and dangerous. Sam grinned. We can be, but not always. That made Lyra pause. Could it be true? Could everything she was taught be a lie? Vexa smiled sadly. They said humans would hunt us down the moment they saw us. But you saved us. Sam looked serious. People shouldn't be judged for what others say about them. You gotta see for yourself. At that moment, Lyra felt a strange warmth inside her chest. No one back home had ever spoken like that. Maybe this boy wasn't an exception. Maybe humans weren't monsters at all. Suddenly, a sharp metallic sound came from outside. A cold hum filled the air. The hunter, Lyra whispered. Sam peeked. Through a broken window, a floating machine hovered between the trees. It had sharp metal claws, a glowing red eye, and moved without a sound. Lyra's face went pale. It's tracking us. What do we do? Sam asked, fear showing in his eyes for the first time. Lyra's mind raced. They couldn't outrun it. And if it caught them, it would kill Sam too. I'll distract it, Lyra said. No. Vexa grabbed her arm. I have to. It's me it wants. Sam stood up. No, we fight together. You can't fight that, Lyra warned. Sam gave a small smile. Maybe not. But my town's got people. Good people. They'll help. They'll turn us in, Lyra said. Not if I tell them you're my friends, Sam answered firmly. Vexa looked at Lyra. Maybe he's right. For the first time, Lyra hesitated. Everything inside her screamed not to trust humans. But this boy, this strange, brave boy, had risked everything for them. And now he was offering to do it again. Outside, the hunter scanned the area, its red eye flashing. Lyra took a deep breath. Okay, we'll trust you. Sam grinned. Good, follow me. But far above them, in the cold night sky, another shape moved. A ship. A signal was sent back to Caliph. Target located. Prepare extraction. The hunter's clothes in the night had turned colder. Clouds covered the stars, and the wind made the old greenhouse creak. Lyra could feel the danger in the air, like a storm about to break. Sam led them carefully through the overgrown path behind the greenhouse. Every step was slow, every sound sharper than before. Vexa struggled to walk, but she refused to stop. We have to hurry, Sam whispered. The town's not far. Is it safe? Vexa asked, her voice weak. Sam nodded. There's a place by the old church. No one goes there at night. Lyra stayed close, watching the sky. The hunter was nearby. She could feel its scanners, moving, searching for them. The hum of its engine grew louder. Suddenly, a red light shone down from above, sweeping across the trees. Get down! Lyra shouted. They dropped to the ground as the light passed over them. The hunter hovered for a moment, then moved away. That was close, Sam breathed. Lyra's heart pounded. It knows we're near. They kept moving, but then a strange, sharp sound filled the air. A second hunter appeared, its metal body slicing through the branches. There's two now. Vexa gasped. Sam gritted his teeth. We'll never make it like this. Then he did something Lyra never expected. He pulled out a small flare from his backpack. What's that? Lyra asked. It's a signal. Humans use it when they're in trouble, Sam said, without waiting. He lit the flare and tossed it into the open. A bright red light shot into the sky, crackling and sparking. What are you doing? Lyra shouted. Trust me, Sam said. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, lights appeared in the distance. Flashlights. Voices. Who's out there? A man's voice called. It's Sam, he shouted. I need help. Lyra's instincts screamed to run, but Sam grabbed her arm. Wait! A group of townspeople appeared. Men, women, even teenagers, carrying tools, sticks, and old rifles. What's going on? An old man demanded. There's something after us. Sam pointed at the sky. We need to stop it. The townspeople looked up. The hunters appeared through the clouds, their metal forms glowing in the night. The people stared in shock for a moment. Then a young woman stepped forward. If it's hunting one of ours, It has to get through us first. But they're not human, a man said, eyeing Lyra and Vexa. Sam stood in front of them. They're my friends, the crowd murmured. They're from somewhere else, Sam admitted. But they're good. They didn't hurt anyone. The real danger is up there. A long silence. Then the old man raised his stick. Then we fight. Lyra's eyes widened. Why? Why would you do this? Because no one hunts kids in my town, the old man grunted. Vexa felt tears in her eyes. On their homeworld, no one would have lifted a finger for them. Here, strangers were ready to risk everything. The hunters moved in fast, red lights blinking. Townspeople spread out, taking cover behind trees and fences. Sam handed Vexa a metal pipe. Hit anything that comes close, he said with a grin. The battle began. The hunters fired sharp blue energy beams that cut through branches. The people fought back with everything they had, rocks, axes, old shotguns. A young man managed to toss a heavy chain around one hunter's limb, pulling it down for others to strike. Lyra jumped in, using her alien strength to push a heavy log onto one of the machines. It sparked and screamed, crashing into the dirt. Another hunter turned toward Vexa. She raised the pipe, shaking, but before it could strike, a woman with a shovel knocked it off balance. Not in my town. The woman yelled. Vexa blinked, stunned. Humans were fighting for her. One by one, the hunters were slowed, damaged, and finally destroyed. The town was a mess. Fires burned in patches, trees lay broken, and people were out of breath. But they had won. Lyra looked around in disbelief. Humans, battered and bruised, stood proudly. No one ran. No one betrayed them. You fought for us, Lyra whispered. Sam smiled. Told you. We look out for our own. Vexa grabbed Lyra's hand. Maybe we were wrong about them. Lyra nodded, still shaken. Maybe. But high above, unseen by anyone, a new ship entered Earth's atmosphere. It wasn't a hunter. It was bigger, darker, and carried something far worse. Humanity Fights Back smoke hung in the air. The forest clearing was a mess of broken branches, fallen trees, and pieces of destroyed hunters. Small fires crackled where energy beams had scorched the earth. The people of Ridgeville stood together, tired but unbroken. Vexa sat beside a tree, her leg bandaged now. Sam knelt next to her, wiping sweat from his face. You okay? He asked. I think so. Vexa managed a small smile. Lyra stood apart from them, watching the sky. She knew this wasn't over. The Empire wouldn't stop. Not after this. A low, deep hum vibrated through the air. The sound made the ground tremble. Animals scattered into the woods. What now? A teenage boy muttered, gripping an old hunting rifle. Everyone looked up. A massive black ship slowly appeared from the clouds, its sharp, pointed shape blocking the stars. Strange symbols glowed on its surface. Lyra's stomach dropped. The Deliverer. It was a prisoner transport, but not for taking them alive. They sent an enforcer, Lyra whispered, her voice tight. A what? Sam asked. It's worse than the hunters. It's here to finish us all. The ship hovered above the clearing, a loud voice booming from speakers. Surrender the fugitives, or this planet will burn. The townspeople stood their ground. No one moved. We're not giving them up, the old man growled. The ship's side opened. A tall, armored figure dropped to the ground. Its body was covered in dark metal, eyes, glowing like twin red suns. In one hand, it held a weapon that hummed with deadly energy. I am Commander Corix, the enforcer declared. You have defied imperial law. There will be no mercy. The townspeople tightened their grip on tools and weapons. Some were shaking, but none stepped back. Vexa clutched Sam's hand. You can't fight that, Sam's jaw clenched. We're not running. Lyra stepped forward. She felt fear, yes, but also something new. Rage. No one else dies because of us, Lyra said. I'll stop him, she told Sam. Sam's eyes widened. How? I know how his armor works. It's strong, but it has weak points. We just need to hit them together. Sam grinned. Then let's do it. Before anyone could argue, Lyra picked up a thick metal rod. We distract him. I go for his back. The townspeople spread out. They had no high-tech weapons, no armor, just courage. And courage was something the Empire had never understood. The enforcer raised his weapon. This is your last chance. No, the old man said simply. The enforcer fired a blast. It struck a tree, splitting it in half. People scattered, dodging behind rocks and logs. Sam grabbed a bottle filled with fuel and a cloth. Ever heard of fire, Metal Man? He lit it and threw. The bottle exploded near the enforcer's head, covering it in flames. It roared in anger, swiping wildly. Now Lyra charged, using her alien speed to dash behind the enforcer. She jumped and struck the back of its neck. Sparks flew. Now, Vexa! Lyra shouted. Vexa, still limping, picked up a metal stake and drove it into the enforcer's side, where a small gap opened. The enforcer stumbled. Sam and two others tackled its legs. The old man swung a heavy hammer at its head. Together, humans and alien girls fought as one. The enforcer's armor cracked, and with a final blow from Lyra, it fell. Silence followed. The people gathered, bruised, dirty, and breathing hard. The enforcer lay still, its red eyes dim. The Empire's ship hovered above, now without its champion. Then, like a coward sensing defeat, it turned and vanished into the sky. Cheers broke out. People hugged each other. Some cried. Vexa leaned on. Sam, you did it. Sam laughed. We did it. Lyra stood among them, staring up at the empty sky. She felt something strange in her chest. Pride. You fought beside us, she said, her voice trembling. The old man grinned. Like I told you, nobody messes with our town. Vexa smiled, tears in her eyes. I never thought people could be like this. You've only met the good ones, Sam said with a wink. But far away, beyond the stars, Kelith received its final report. Mission failed. Targets protected by local population. Suggest abandoning world. New beginnings. A changed heart. The night air was calm again. The fires were out. The broken machines lay scattered like useless toys in the earth. Clearing. The giant alien ship was gone, leaving only silence and a sky full of stars. The people of Ridgeville gathered around, tired but proud. Bruises, dirt, and torn clothes marked every face, but so did something else, a spark in their eyes. They had faced monsters, and they had won. Lyra stood among them, looking around. She still couldn't believe it. These humans, people she, once thought of as monsters, had fought for her, risked their lives for her and Vexa. Is it over? Vexa asked, leaning on Sam. Sam smiled. For now. The old man stepped forward, his hands resting on a walking stick. You two have a choice, he said kindly. You can run, or you can stay. Lyra was surprised. After everything, you'd let us stay? The old man chuckled. You fought. Beside us. That makes you one of us. Vexa's throat tightened. No one on Kelith ever spoke to them like that. No one ever gave them a choice. Lyra turned to Sam. Aren't you afraid your government will come for you? For us? Sam shrugged. Let them. This town looks after its own. The people behind him nodded. Farmers, teachers, shopkeepers. All ordinary people who had done the impossible together. Vexa wiped a tear from her cheek. I want to stay. Lyra looked up at the stars. She thought of the cold halls of the Empire, of the endless orders and cruel punishments. There was no home there for them anymore. She turned back to the people. "And so do I." A cheer rose from the crowd. Smiles lit up faces worn from battle. The old man clapped Lyra on the shoulder. "Good choice, girl," Sam grinned. "You'll see. Humans are weird, but we're worth it." Vexa laughed softly. "I already know." As dawn broke over the horizon, golden light painted the world in a soft glow. The air smelled of rain and earth. The wounds of the night would heal, but the bond they forged would stay forever. Later, as the sun rose higher, the townspeople helped clean up the clearing. The remains of the machines were gathered and hidden deep in the forest. No one wanted the outside world to find them. Lyra and Vexa helped too. For the first time in their lives, they weren't soldiers, prisoners, or outcasts. They were part of something, a family. That evening, they sat by a fire. Sam shared stories about Earth, about chocolate, movies, and dogs. Vexa laughed at every strange word, while Lyra listened quietly, a small smile on her face. "What now?" Sam asked. "We live," Lyra answered. "We build a new life." "And what about your people?" Sam asked carefully. "They won't come back," Lyra said, her eyes cold. "And if they do, we'll be ready." The people around the fire nodded in agreement. In the distance, far beyond Earth's skies, the Kelith Empire made a final decision. Earth was too dangerous to challenge, its people too wild, its heart too strong. The galaxy learned a lesson that night. Never underestimate humans. Never mistake kindness for weakness. And never, ever threaten what they call family. For Lyra and Vexa, Earth wasn't a prison anymore. It was home. The end.